Back in this video, I'll be making goat milk dog treats. First step is gonna be to milk your goat. If you don't have a goat, or a goat that needs to be milked, then you could just go to the grocery store and get some milk, or a nearby farmer who sells goat milk. This is the grain she has, and I add some water to the grain because she eats it so fast, or I don't have enough time to milk. So now I am going to get my milking bucket and milk her. Just doing this because I ordered a strainer to strain the milk, but it didn't come yet, so I didn't want to give it to humans, so I was like, I'll just make some dog treats, and so I just googled a recipe, and yeah, but if you have too much milk or you don't have anything to do with it, then you should just make dog treats. Goat milk is really healthy for dogs. Some people will actually give their dog 2 ounces every day. Here's my bucket. I have another bucket I ordered too. That's Pacific for milking goats, but that's coming later today, hopefully. Goat Carmel, she is the goat I'm milking, and she was so horrible, because it was her first time, and she did not like to be milked. It took months for her to finally get used to it, and now she's pretty good. Once she runs out of grain, though, she gets kicky, but that's why I add water to her grain so it lasts a little longer. Alright. She goes right up on the stand now. Alright. Head through. Lock her in. Milk I got. As you can see, both me and Carmel are first timers at this, so yeah, a lot of milk left over. Still finishing up her grain. Feels so nice and warm. It is really cold today. It feels like fall is coming. So this is warm. Put the milk in the fridge for a few minutes, and then I'm going to strain it just with a coffee strainer, because you're supposed to strain the milk so there's not dirt or hair in it. So I'm just going to use what I have right now. It's just for the dogs, but you have to milk your goats every 12 hours, and I have milk from the last 4 milkings. So yesterday morning, yesterday night, this morning, and then the night before yesterday. I'll show you how much I get each milking. This was from this morning, and then this was the last 3 milkings. For the recipe, you're going to need a gallon of milk, 1/2 cup of lime, and a teaspoon of salt. But I actually don't know how much milk that is. I'm sure it's not a gallon. So I just guessed, and I really I don't have any lime left, but it says you can use lemon instead, but you'll have to use more, I think. This milk weighs like 4 1/4 a pound, but I'm not sure how much the pan is. 8 pounds of milk equals 1 gallon. You're going to put your milk on the stove at low to medium heat. I'm going to strain the morning milk through this filter. It's just what I have for now. And like I said, it's just for the dogs. Okay. I'm just going to wait for it to boil. You don't want to stir every couple minutes. This is a rubber whisk, so it doesn't like scratch the pan. You're gonna let it boil for a minute. Mix it up. Turn the stove off and add your lemon or lime, leaving it on the stove with the stove off. Add some salt. Stir it gently for a couple of minutes, 1 to 2 minutes, or until it kind of like separates a bit. Now it's like starting to separate. You can see those big chunks. So you're gonna leave it here for 10 to 15 minutes without stirring. So after you let it sit for 15 minutes, put cheesecloth over a bowl, pour the milk into, collect the chunks and squeeze it out. The more you squeeze, the harder the treat will be and longer it will last. Here is the extra milk. Now it's squeezed out. Let me show you what it looks like. It looks a little bit like cheese. Now I'm going to squish it down. I have another pan I'm going to squish it down with. So now you put the cheese on some parchment paper. And squish it down with another pan. Heavy objects on it and leave it to sit for 6 hours. There's a lot of milk left over. I'm going to repeat this process. And just so you know, it's okay if you use raw or pasteurized, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do it again, and it will be extra milk. I'm going to put it in my dog tornado toy. You can put it in Calm. 2 ounces a day. And make sure you don't give them too much milk. So either give them the treats or the milk on different days. I put some dog food in here, and now you can add in your milk. Freezing her treats, I added some water with the milk, so I don't give her too much. I also have a dog bowl with food in it frozen. Send that out. It's been 6 hours, and this is how it is. Now you're going to cut it into the shape you want it. When I cut it, you're going to want to spread it out a bit so it's not like stuck together when you cook it. Now you're going to bake it at 150 degrees for 45 minutes. I have this infrared oven, which is kind of cool, just smaller. This is what they'll look like when they're done, and you're going to let it sit for 24 hours and it will make it hard. Once it's been over 24 hours, you can give it to your dogs, and it's a nice hard